Hi, my name is Greg Vodova, and I'm the webmaster for the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Before getting started on our site tour, I want to thank John Canfield and the entire web applications team, and all of those that participated in making this project a reality in such a short period of time. It was a great team effort, and everyone from IS&T, the communications staff, to the web content providers deserve a big pat on the back. You all did a great job. Now, okay, let's talk about the new site. I'm doing this demo on a test version of the site while it's still under construction, so the live site might be just a little bit different from this demo, but not too much. Of course, it will certainly grow and change as employees add new information. While all the content from the previous site still remains, it might be in a little different place than you're used to finding it. However, we're confident, and our test user group showed that the site is very intuitive, so you should be able to find your favorite items rather quickly. The new site has been built on the SharePoint 2010 platform. So what is SharePoint? It's a document sharing, collaboration, and web management software. It's become the fastest growing product in the history of Microsoft. Out of the box, it gives us functionality that would take months to develop on our own. It's very customizable, flexible, and it integrates and leverages Microsoft Office products like Word and Excel, which most of us are used to using already. Okay, so let's go to the site. One of the first things you'll notice is the very popular employee bulletin board, the Need to Know and the In the Box sections. The bulletin board looks a little different but works the same way as the previous version. Just like before, I know you'll make good use of it. The communications web team will continue to bring you useful tips and information in the box and on the Need to Know sections. Occasionally, when there's an urgent or very important information that all employees must see, the blue Need to Know icon will be replaced by a bright red Need to Know icon and link to that information. Okay, let's talk about the navigation. The universal header at the top can be found on every page. This allows you to get back to the home page by clicking the site logo here. The header also contains site directories, which is a basic roadmap of the entire site. It has links to all of our social media sites and a way for you to like and tag your favorite pages for easy access. This also tells us what is useful to you and what is not. Just above the header here is the search function. It's pretty cool and a big improvement. By using the drop-down arrow, you can search this site, which searches specifically within the section you are currently viewing. You can search all sites, which finds web pages and documents, like Word and Excel files, on both the employee and public sites. And the third choice, People, gives you a way to search for one of your colleagues. Next to the search, you'll see a question mark. This is the Help Hub. There are a bunch of videos in here and information about every Microsoft application that we use. I hope this is really helpful for you. The bottom section of the header contains a lot of information too. The About section provides our history, links to offices and facilities, contact information, and links to the helpline and help desk. News contains news releases and the very popular DHHS in the News section. The Employee Directory lets you search for anyone in the agency. The Heavily Used Resources section contains everything from the old resources page and more. There's information about training, including HR staff development, staff videos, and security awareness training. There's important Need to Know information, DHHS policies and regulations. We still have the Talk to Carrie link, and there's also a link to the DHHS public website. Now, let's focus on the left side of the homepage for just a bit. The left homepage navigation links to areas that provide support to all areas of the agency, like Communications and Legislative Services, IS&T, Legal Services, and Operations. Just below that, we have the Most Popular Content section, which gives you links to the pages that get used the most. So, depending on the hot news or topic, you'll see these links changing from time to time. Towards the bottom of the homepage, We've placed a moving image bar that contains links to some widely used sites and applications like NIS, Chronos, the Forms site, and English-Spanish glossary, for example. All the way down at the bottom is the footer, which will show up, of course, on every page, just like the header does, and it contains links back home, contact info, the state security, privacy, and accessibility policies, as well as our general disclaimer. Next, we need to dive into the division pages, so back up to the header we go. Once you get to a division page, things change just a little bit, and there's some standard things that you should know about too. The left-hand navigation is specific to the area or the site that you are viewing at the time. Under this dividing line, there are links to various content of the site. The right-hand navigation includes links to external related content. That essentially means sites that are not hosted on the employee intranet, such as pages on our public website or maybe the CDC, for example. Of course, the body of each division page obviously contains the main text of the page. Under the body, you can find a mini view into the announcements section. Let's talk web parts. We've added several new features or web parts that will create a more open and inclusive culture in the agency. Notice that the top section of the navigation, just above the dividing line, points to various tools that each division director has chosen, such as the division calendar or division announcements. These are unique to each division, and you as an employee can submit information to the moderator for view by everyone. Any employee responsible for an activity is encouraged to submit a calendar entry and/or announcement. Some of the agency leadership has chosen to utilize blogs in communicating with staff. This is a great forum for sharing their thoughts for the day or week, and you will have an opportunity to share your comments on these blogs as well. Remember, it's important to stay on topic when commenting on blog posts. Also, as a fundamental guideline when participating in this new online community, it's an extension of your own professional image. You should not write anything that you would not write or say to a colleague. Just use common sense. But if you're ever in doubt, it's best to err on the safe side. Now let's look at the profile pages. As many of you have requested, employee profiles will provide an opportunity for DHHS employees to put a face with a name and will become a popular part of the employee directory. One way you can get to and edit your own profile is going to your name just above the search bar and clicking My Profile from this drop-down menu. Here's mine. ID badge photos are being uploaded for all employees, and in a few weeks, employees will have the opportunity to change their photo to an identifiable headshot of their choice. Staff can also add work-related expertise and interests, so this is a searchable area by other employees and becomes an expertise finder as such. The profile also allows you to view your organization chart and that of any other employee. You can also see the tagged content that we talked about earlier, a list of colleagues, and membership to your various work groups. You can edit your profile here, including the kinds of things you want to get an instant notification or alert about when they change. So what's all this talk about collaboration and document sharing? Well, we've already touched on some of the web parts like division announcements, blogs, and calendars. Another very useful tool is the document library. What is a document library? Well, it's a place where most any type of document can be stored, like Word, Excel, or PowerPoint documents. It looks a little different from a web page, and it provides custom views, so you can sort by any of these columns: type, name, category, date modified, and modified by whom. It has public and private views, so you can see just the documents you want to see. It allows users to check out and edit documents. What are the advantages? Well, it's a centralized repository versus emailing documents around to everybody, or using file directories like your local H drive. It negates the confusion of having multiple copies of a document. It allows you to make changes to your document and then provides a version history. So if you want to revert back to a previous version, you can. It tells you who made the changes and when. It provides security so employees can only see the documents that they have permission to see. And the search, again, lets you find documents that are relevant to you. To get back to the regular website from a document library, just click the Browse link right here. Another cool tool is the discussion board, which can be used if you're part of a work group. This will give you the ability to interact together so everyone in the work group can view and respond to the discussion for the benefit of the entire group. There are also lists and FAQs, info path forms, simple workflows, Excel services, and, like I mentioned, alerts to let you know when someone has added or changed a file in a library or made a comment on a discussion board or blog. All these features can be customized to the way you want to see them and when or if you want to be alerted, which saves you time and it makes things more efficient. So, those are the basics. I know there's a lot of information here and a lot of new tools. Once you get a chance to dive in, I'm confident that you'll find the new site easy to navigate, useful, and very efficient in helping you do your job. If you need to set up a work group or discussion board, please contact the Web Applications team. If you need something published on either the employee or the public site, please contact your area's web content provider. You can find contact information under Publishing to the DHHS websites in the Communications and Legislative Services section. Again, I want to thank everyone involved who helped make this new employee site a reality, as well as our leadership who understand the value of such a collaborative work environment. And to my DHHS colleagues, I say thank you for your time today and happy collaboration.